We're back at the undisclosed location hitting what today, big guy?
Today we got some back and buys going on, man.
There's been a power outage at the gym.
If you sound like you're having intercourse while doing a set, please keep your mouth shut.
I might just have to walk out there with my ass out.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Jacked and Pilled. We're back at the undisclosed location hitting what today, big guy?
Today we got some back and buys going on, man. A little bit of rear delt, mostly back and buys, man. Great day, fantastic day, favorite day.
Fair.
Behind chest and triceps and behind leg day.
You know what? Say again with focus. So we're doing more pull downs than we are rows. But then the overlap between the two back days is that they both have biceps in them because the Lord knows I got to pump these babies up.
I've been for weeks now getting comments either about femboy or having boyfriends or just being gay. This guy is finally got something on him. We got him. He's got freak feet. Now, if you don't mind, since you flashed the toes for everyone on Instagram, TikTok, and Shorts, putting up a picture of your freak feet right here, your alien toes, your elongated phalanges. We got femboy and freak feet coming at you outside of the undisclosed location. We're gonna hit a nasty back day, man.
There's plenty of bullying to go around here on Jacked and Pilled. We don't support it, but it does happen.
No, we're fine with it. You know, at the end of the day, we are still newer to this content game. Not all of it's gonna be, home runs. We're not gonna hit it out of the park all the time. If we're being cringing, let us know we're being cringing. You feel me?
So sometimes there's going to be gay home runs. And for any good workout, we always fuel, right? So we've had our meals. We both probably had a good couple meals before we got into the gym today. But the next piece of that equation is a pre-workout. So what do you got?
Today, I'm back at it with the madness. I don't buy more pre-workout until I'm done with the whole tub. I'm a traditional guy. I'm a guy of culture, the gym culture. Part of the gym culture and part of tradition is dry scoop. And I think I'm going to stick with this for as long as possible until I have an episode. And the episode from last week was not nearly bad enough to make me stop. I have not learned my lesson. I will not learn my lesson until I'm in the hospital.
Well, I got some pre-workout as well. I did a little bit of mix and matching today. First thing I got is the Gorilla Mind Nitric Pump, but then I also need a little bit of a caffeine boost, so I picked up one of these at the store here. Some Bum Savage pre-workout, just to get a little bit of caffeine in there. I'm about to get crossfaded right now.
You're a funny guy, man.
Thanks, dude.
Anyone ever tell you should do stand-up?
Nope.
Yeah, good reason. Hit that hard style. Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Success. Nobody choked, at least not right here. And I don't know if anybody's noticing, we're both red, we're both sweaty. We're a couple of valley boys, so we're dealing with this hellish heat already, and it's the end of March. I was talking with one of my clients. He's one of the snow bunnies from South Dakota.
Snow bunnies? Snowbirds. You just called your client a thick white girl.
No, so he's always going from South Dakota to Arizona when it's most convenient, right? He gets to skip out on the hellish heat, but we're immersed in it. It's 90 plus degrees already. We're turning the AC off so it's not interfering with the mic, so you boys are cooking.
Maybe I'll finally get tan. Considering the hours I work, I don't see the sun a whole lot, so I've been a pasty boy for quite some time now. The summer's coming around. We'll be looking good enough to take the shirts off, man. At the pool, at the parties, at Walmart, not at the playground. We're gonna be looking good. We're gonna be looking shredded.
Dude, I look at my sweat glands are
Holy
going crazy. I legit look like I stepped out of the shower just now.
We gotta head inside, bro.
I guess so.
We gotta get the pump going
before I get too dehydrated and lose all my fluids.
See you in there, man.
Damn, it's hot.
It is fun.
Holy shit.
There's been a power outage at the gym. But you don't always realize how loud everything is until it's all quiet in here. Now I just feel even more obnoxious filming. There's definitely something to be said here about European ingenuity. This is how we went to the moon. That's our two accomplishments. We went to the moon and we rigged up the freaking close cable for DC rows.
So, everyone's got something that they hate about the gym. No matter how much you love the gym, Lord knows we love the gym. Everyone hates something about it. Believe it or not, we hate a lot of shit about the gym. This is just our top 3 pet peeves about the gym.
Well, I'd be happy to go first.
Can I get a tighter shirt?
No, dude.
Oh, you got on me for wearing my sister's shirt. That is supposed to be a dude's shirt. It's tight as f, bro. And you're mogging me right now, and I don't like it. It's got schmutz on it, too.
Well, it's got schmutz on it because I was the one who pulled this bench out of the freaking corner while you sat and watched.
You could have asked for help.
Well, I shouldn't have to ask. I shouldn't have to ask, dude. You should be a gentleman enough to see a guy struggling, dude, and want to jump in. You have no idea how many times I've heard that kind of freaking spiel from my mom over the years. You should just want to help. I shouldn't have to ask you. Well, you know what? She was right.
I thought you were gonna go first instead of bitching like a female.
You know, you go back to that so often. You're acting like a female right now. Oh, and you got on me about synonyms on the last episode and repeat myself about the stretch and contraction. But anytime I say or I do something that you disapprove of, you go, stop acting like a female, stop acting like a female. Well, why don't you find some synonyms, huh? Okay. Some other descriptive words for your boy.
My fault. Stop acting like a bitch.
Stop acting said that like one too.
Bitch. I got a fart in the chamber. If I don't get a tight shirt, I'm aiming it at you.
Dude, don't do that, bro.
Well then,
don't tight shirt.
Where's the tight shirt?
Why do you assume I have all these tight shirts? I'm wearing a shirt that is just mine.
Give me a different shirt.
I don't know. Why do you feel entitled to my closet, bro?
Because I said please, and you're telling me.
Dude, and you're calling me a f***ing girl. You're wanting to borrow my clothes.
Well, when's the last time I've told you no when you asked me for something?
I don't ask you for stuff.
That's bullshit.
Number 3 for me is going to have to be high school kids. When I first started my gym journey, I was probably about 12 years old. That continued from 6th grade all the way into high school where my dad was taking me into LA Fitness. But things have changed. Back then, I used to be one of the only high school kids in there, but that's not how things are anymore. At some gyms, particularly at the one where we work, there is nothing but high school. I mean, there's more than just high school kids. There's all different age demographics, but every day at like freaking 2:30 p.m., these swarms of these people come in. And some of them are okay. Some of them are very, very well behaved. Others just kind of take up space, you know? When I'm in that gym, when I'm hitting my workouts, I'm wanting to move pretty fast. We're trying to get our workouts done in under an hour, and when you have this infinite number of high school kids congregated around bench presses, the curl machines, the cables, doing God knows what, it really slows me down and it gets on my nerves.
My number 3 on the top 3 gym pet peeves, they're broccoli heads. So you call them high schoolers, I'm going by their slur. When it comes to being obnoxious in the gym, like ego lifting, shit you can't handle, broccoli heads are the number 1 culprit. Broccoli heads are also the number 1 culprit of being just straight up loud. I've never heard such a loud conversations in my life about dumb bullshit. Talking about the bench PRs. Everyone knows I love me the barbell bench. Top movement of all time in my opinion. But there's more to the gym than the bench press. They are the prime example of how not to act in a gym setting. I'll tell you that right now.
Very true. They can get reckless. A couple weeks ago, I was training a client of mine, and I actually saw one of them almost take out a different member's foot. They were using bench press. Surprise, right? And they were doing some crazy high intensity set, which itself is cool, but there were 2 of them on the bench, right? There's a spotter, there's a person doing the set. For whatever reason, even with the spotter, they weren't using collars. So this kid hits failure, and rather than the spotter doing what a spotter does and picking that bar up, the kid just freaking dumps it. And these plates fall, and they were within inches of this other dude's foot. So this dude could have potentially sustained a pretty serious injury because these high school kids were being irresponsible.
No, say it how it is, man. These B words, these broccoli heads, almost turned a man's foot into dust. Thank God John wasn't closer to it, because his long ass toes would have been obliterated. I think I said it earlier in the video. They probably saw a picture of your nasty freak feet. I'm sorry, your freak feet are clean.
It's just crazy you threw the word nasty and feet at me in the same sentence. I'm always gonna remember July of last year when I caught you outside your house, when you walked me out in sandals. When you not walked me out like you know how I walked when I was walking my car and we were conversing about the business, about Jack and Pilt, and I happened to glance down at your red, at your crusty, at your dry. They're probably better now, but you have the audacity. You have the audacity to call my
You can't call me out for having fucking athlete's foot one time. I fell against athlete's foot once. Why? Because I'm athletic. Number 2 big gym pet peeve is gonna be screaming. Now, it's one thing when you're pushing a set really hard and you gotta let out like a, a little grunt, little, Hold on, I'm trying not to fart. Give me a second. If you sound like you're having intercourse while doing a set, please keep your fucking mouth shut.
My number 2 is leaving your weights on the machine that you had just used. So this has been a really big problem at the gym we both work at, where people just have been leaving weights on their freaking machines, dude. And I don't just mean a couple change plates here and there. There's times where I've gone up to the chest supported hammer strength row machine and people are leaving as much as like 3 45s on each side. And that shit is ridiculous. Whether you are a regular gym goer or whether you're a personal trainer, you don't want to have to stop what you're doing and clean up somebody else's mess. I mean, this is a first world country and sometimes people don't get the memo. If you're going to a nice gym, it is our collective responsibility to keep it that way. If you leave a mess, I just wonder what your freaking house looks like. I wonder what your bedroom looks like. I wonder what your freaking bathroom looks like. You know, if you're watching Jacked and Pilled, you're probably one of the coolest people to ever inhabit the United States of America, to ever inhabit Europe, the world, the Western world. But put your stuff away, dude. You probably already do. If you see someone not putting their weights away, go up to that person and say, hey, big guy, are you forgetting to do something, brother? Are you forgetting to put your weights away? Do you forget to wipe, dude? Are you the same guy that walks out of the freaking stall, walks away from the urinal, and doesn't wash your hands? That's my pet peeve number 2.5 is that. I see a lot of that shit too. And I'll be washing my hands out thinking, oh, that person's not gonna walk by me right now and bypass me and just walk out to the gym floor. And then they walk around me, they bypass me, and they walk out to the gym floor without washing their freaking hands, man.
Sometimes you'll go into the stalls and there will just be the fattest fucking third clog in that toilet, bro. Number 1.
I'm gonna let you go first. No, I don't know what got into me. I just saw you doing it and you were just so unsuspecting. You were just so unsuspecting.
My number 1 is gonna be very hypocritical. We are the biggest culprits of this. I fucking hate when people film in the gym. I can't stand that shit. It's fine when we do it. When John and I film Jacked and Pilled, we're very respectful and very aware of our surroundings. We try to stay away from angles that will get other people in frame. When we film content, we stay out of the way. We stay in our little bubble. It's like we draw invisible barriers between us and the rest of the gym, and we respect those barriers, man. If people were to walk up and go across our frame, we wouldn't care. But I've seen so many videos of people losing their mind because someone had the audacity to walk in front of their camera in a public gym. Don't be one of those people. It's fine if you want to try to do like gym content on YouTube, but be a good Samaritan, man. That's the moral of today's episode, man.
My number 1 pet peeve in the gym is older people getting mad at younger people being on their phone in between sets.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Overrated.
a really big thing. When we're doing our sets, there is a little bit of rest time. Sometimes it's a minute and a half, sometimes it's 2 minutes between sets. And during that 2 minutes, what, am I just supposed to sit there and study the intricacies of the floor or whatever? No, I mean, I go on my phone a little bit, I log what I just did for my set, I maybe try and find a new song, nothing crazy. There's been a few times where I've even been hassled. I had one specific older guy come up to me one time and says, oh, you working out or you watching pornography? True story. And then that's one of those moments where it's like, what, do I freak out, call this guy a weirdo? Do I laugh it off or do I out-weird him? I out-weirded him in the moment. I was like, yeah, you just missed me, brother. So to the older demographic watching Jacked and Pilled, whenever you see people somewhere around our age, whether it's about the same, little younger, little older, and you see people on their phones in between sets, not everybody is just screwing around and just wasting time. Some of you guys gotta chill out about that.
And on that note, follow the Instagram, check out the TikTok.
And you know what? As much as we just talk about things that really make us mad, our biggest pet peeves, we love you guys and we love interacting with you guys. So down below in the comments, let us know, what are your biggest pet peeves in the gym?
We're out of here. Thank you for watching Jacked and Pilled.
I got those stomach virus abs, dude.
Oh, look at that side chest, bro. Not bad.
I've seen, I think, 2 furry profile pictures that follow us on TikTok. Not the audience we were trying to reach, but an audience will accept. Views are views, bro. No matter how f***ed up you might be.